G'day folks, it's Cortezerino, and today we're building a Japanese guardhouse. Now this is a very versatile building, you could use this in a lot of scenarios, so I've set it up here so you could have it as a completely freestanding building if you wanted to, but also if you wanted to connect it to a castle wall or something like that, just on each side where I've got those little park benches, you can just connect the wall to there and make a bit of a gatehouse out of this guardhouse. But I think my favourite use for this, and it's also the way that I'm going to use it, is just to have it as a separator building between areas. So we might have a big courtyard out the front here, and then we can walk inside the building, and you can see it is a very narrow building. And in here we've got the guards' quarters where they can sleep during the night and just keep watch, and then you can keep walking through and into another area. So you might have this in a palace or something like that, just a little separated area to keep the public away from the royal family. And there'll be a world download in the video description with this building built in nice easy steps. So if you prefer to follow that rather than the tutorial, then you can do it. And even though this building looks super cool and intricate, it's actually really easy to build. This is one of my more simple buildings. And we'll turn the shaders off for this tutorial so it's a bit easier to see. So we're going to begin by building a rectangle that is 23 blocks by 13 blocks. And we're going to fill in the inside of this rectangle, and we're just building it one block up from the ground. Now I've built mine out of stone, but we're never going to see any of these blocks, so you could build it out of netherrack if you wanted to. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to count in 9 blocks on the longer side. So starting in the corner, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Once we've done 9, we're going to grab stone, and this does have to be stone, and down here we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if you were to count here, there would be another 9 blocks to the edge. So we're just putting those 5 blocks right in the center. Now in front of those 5 blocks, we're going to put 5 stone slabs just on the ground, and then behind them we're going to put another 5 stone slabs. So we're just building a little staircase. And then on the opposite side, in the exact same spot, we are going to do the same thing. So with your 5 blocks and 10 slabs. Okay, so now we're going to build that rectangle up one more block. So it's going to look like this. So basically we're just placing a random amount of blocks in there to get a bit of texture on the floor. So just grab some polished andesite and then just put about 5 or 6 of them just in random places around the floor. Then you can grab some andesite blocks, do the same thing, probably about 15 of these, and then we'll also do stone bricks, probably about 15 of those as well. And then once you've done that, you can just fill in the rest with stone blocks. So when you're done, you should be looking something like that. Okay, so now I want you to grab some stone brick walls and some lanterns, and we're going to place them on either side of our staircase, on both sides. So just next to these slabs out the front, we're going to place our stone walls with the lanterns on top, and then come around to the shorter wall, grab some stone, and we're going to count in 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3, on the third, we're going to put 2 stone like that. So same here, 1, 2, 3, on the third, put 2 stone, and then we're just going to fill in the stone all the way to the end. Now I want you to grab some stripped dark oak logs. We're going to place one facing straight up right there. Then we're going to skip a block, place another one, then skip 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and place your dark oak. And we'll do the same here. So first one there, skip a block, and then skip 5. So we're also going to do that on the other side over here. So you can see I've already filled in my little outcropping of stone, so we'll just put in our dark oak. So 1 there, skip 1, and then skip 5, same over here. So we'll start marking out our floor plan of the building, just so you know you've got all the dimensions correct before we begin. And you can see I've placed a bunch of composters there. We're going to place them in the exact same spot on this side. So starting in between these two dark oak, we're just going to place our first one right there, and we're going to run all of these along and finish right there. So that's 7 in total. And then looking at the gap between these logs, just on the inside of the building there, we're going to place 5 like so. And then on this side, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now grab some bone blocks, and just in line with these composters, we're going to go 1, 2 bone blocks right there, and same on this side, 1, 2. And that's the entrance to our building, and we will do the same from this side. 1, 2, and 1, 2. So that is how you should be looking when you're done. So once you've done that, grab some stone stairs, and we're just going to wrap these all the way around the building. So starting just behind that lantern, just run these all the way around, just turning the corners as you go, and you should finish up back at the other lantern. So just go ahead and do that all the way around the building. So this is how you should be looking when you're done, guys. So now we are going to grab some more stripped dark oak, and on all of these pillars, except for these 2 on each side that are at the lower level, so we're just looking at the pillars on the top level, we are going to add 5 more to each of these, so they are 6 blocks tall in total. So go ahead and do that for all 8 of these pillars up the top. Okay, so now we are going to build all of this on the front and the back wall. So I've done it on the front, we will do it on the back together, and these are exactly the same on both sides. So just starting against the very top block on those pillars, we are going to run a cross beam of stripped dark oak wood all the way along, and then we're going to switch to the one with the bark end on it, and just at the very top of the pillars we're going to put one of these poking out toward the front, so just at the top of each of those pillars. And now grab some spruce fences, and absolutely everywhere we are going to place a spruce fence. So this is pretty easy, so just against every single bit of dark oak, even those ones sticking out, just go ahead, place your spruce fences all the way along, and then on these 4 that are sticking out toward the front, we're just going to hang a chain from them and a lantern. So go ahead and hang 4 lanterns. Okay, so now I want you to swing around to the shorter walls and grab some dark oak planks, and we're going to start right here on top of that bit of dark oak poking out, and we're going to run these planks all the way along, finishing in the same spot. Now come inside the building and look up at that dark oak, and we're going to grab acacia trapdoors and run them all the way along. That's so we have that little dark bit on the trapdoor facing toward the inside of the building. So go ahead and do exactly that on this side as well. Okay, so staying on these shorter walls, I'll show you what to do on this side, and it's exactly the same on the other side as well. So on top of each of these composters, we are going to add 2 bone blocks, all of them facing straight up, and then we'll add an extra bone block to each end, and then we're going to run sea lanterns between them. So you should be looking like that. Now these little dark oak logs we've got here, we're going to add 3 more, 1, 2, 3, so they're 4 blocks tall in total, and we'll put a dark oak fence there, just facing out toward the side. So same over here, 1, 2, 3, dark oak fence. Now on both sides, we've got this little gap in between our 2 pillars. We're going to knock out that stone, place some coarse dirt, and plant a peony in there just for a nice little bit of decoration. And we'll do the same here, so go ahead and copy that to the other side. Okay, so coming along to the inside of that wall we just built, we're going to place jungled trapdoors in front of the sea lantern. So placing them at the top and flicking them down, and on each end we will place one on the bone block. Now grab your stripped dark oak log, and just above our trapdoors there, we're going to place a cross beam going all the way along, just like so, and then grab some composters, and sort of in front of these trapdoors up the top, we're going to place our composters. So right there, just run them all the way along, like so, and then grab some bone blocks, and just here on top of this last composter, we're going to put 4 of them. So just build them up until they connect to the composters above. So that's what it'll look like from the inside, and on the outside, that is how you should be looking. Okay, so come along to the longer side here, and we're going to do the windows on each side of our doorway. And this is exactly the same at the front and the back. So I'll show you this side and you can copy it to the other. So the first thing we're going to want to do is come along to the inside of the building here, and just where we built this bone block up to the composter. Against that composter, we're going to put a bone block lying on its side, and we're going to run that all the way along here until we connect to the other composter. Now you can come along to the outside of our wall here, and we'll do this window. So we've got one line of bone blocks there. Just on the opposite end on the composters, we're going to run a line of bone blocks until it connects up the top. Then grab some smooth quartz stairs, and we're going to place 3 along the bottom like that, and then grab some acacia trapdoors, and you'll have to hold shift here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, another 3, and another, and flick them all up. So just make sure you place all of them while you're standing outside. So that's one done. We're going to do the exact same thing over here. Okay, so once you've done that at the front and the back, and you've got your 4 windows in, we're going to turn our attention to the front and the back door, and once again, these are exactly the same. So we'll start with our bone blocks, and you can see just on each side of the doorway, we've got our bone blocks there. Just continue to build them up all the way up until they connect to the bone blocks above. Now you can grab a sea lantern, and right in the middle up the top there, we're going to place a sea lantern with a bone block on each side, and then grab a jungle trapdoor. We're going to place one on the outside of the building and then one on the inside as well. So we'll come back around to the outside with spruce stairs. We're going to place one upside down there, another one there, and then we'll grab a spruce trapdoor, place him on the bottom of the sea lantern, and then on each side of the doorway we are just going to frame the door with our trapdoors. And this also sort of gives the impression that the doors are open at the moment and they can be closed at night. So now grab some spruce fences, and just on each side of the doorway we are going to place 5 fences just like that. And then grab spruce fence gates, and we're going to go 5 of them right there and just leave them closed. Again, whoops, same thing there, another 5. And then just on each side of our sea lantern, we're going to place a fence gate and open him up. Same here, fence gate and open it. And that's how you should be looking when you're done. So go ahead and build that on the other side as well. Okay, so now we're going to turn our attention to these side walls over here. So like I said, if you're making this as a gatehouse, this is where you would connect the castle wall to the building here. But I'm just going to do a little park bench as if it's a freestanding house. So on that second stone block in, I'm just going to place an upside down stair like that, and we'll do the same right there. So it's a stone brick stair, and then with stone brick slabs we will run them all the way over, and that's our little bench. And then against these composters we're just going to cover all of these up with spruce trapdoors. And then we're going to skip a block and place a line of jungle trapdoors. So go ahead and do that on both sides. And yes, I use a crazy amount of trapdoors when I build, but gosh, they do look good. So now we are just going to put a little bit of a roof over our park bench. So we're going to grab some nether brick slabs and come along to this dark oak fence we got here. We're going to place one on top and then one toward the lantern. And then just down here, we're going to place another one, but this one is slightly lower. So we will do the same over here. So one on top of the fence, same height, and then one slightly lower. Now the slightly lower ones, we're just going to run the slabs all the way over until they connect. And then just up above here, against this dark oak, we're going to place a slab, but just coming up a bit from that other one. So just like that. So against the top half of that bone block. So do that on both sides. Then we'll switch to nether brick stairs, and on top of the bone block we'll place one like that, and then one on that side like that. Now grab some dark oak slabs, on top of the stripped dark oak there, we're going to place a slab and another one there. And now it's all dark oak stairs from here. So we're just going to run a line of dark oak stairs all the way along like that. And the same sort of thing on top of the sea lanterns. Just another line of them like that. And that is your little roof. So go ahead and build that on the other side as well. Okay, now we're going to do the furniture for inside. So just decide which is the front of your building. This is my front. So we're going to come in here and turn left, and we're going to do the beds for the soldiers. So grab some stripped dark oak wood, the one with the bark end, and right in this corner here, we're going to place one right there, and then just skipping a block, we're going to place them all the way along until we've placed 4. Now you can switch back to the one with without the bark end on it, and we're just going to knock out those 3 blocks and place them lying on their sides like so. Now grab some oak trapdoors. We're going to look from this direction, place 3 trapdoors like that. So when we flick them up, they will flick toward the front. And that's going to be our bed head. And just on top of those, we're going to place 3 spruce trapdoors. We can also put a flower pot in each corner. And I'm just going to put some white flowers in those. So just like that, guys. Now in front of our little bed heads, we're going to put our beds. So I'm going to do a light grey one there. And then 2 grey ones, and then we'll go back to the oak trapdoor and we'll just flick one up on the ends of the beds like that. Now just to separate the beds from the walkway a little bit, we're just going to put a table right here. So just look at the side wall, and against that composter there, just place any old block and then an upside down spruce stair against it. So just like that. So I'm just going to go temporary stair, another upside down one, and break that, and then in between them place a spruce trapdoor, and then grab some spruce signs, and we'll put 2 there, and then hold shift and place one against the trapdoor, just like that. And we'll do the same on this side, so holding shift for the trapdoor, and that's our little table. Now turn your attention to these little alcoves we've got here. We've got 4 of them. What we're going to do is we're going to go spruce fence, chain, and lantern. So go ahead and do that in all 4 of these. And once you've done that, 1 second, nearly there, we're going to look at the front wall. So this is the front door here. So just at the front, I'm going to put 2 chests just below our lanterns. Okay, so we've got our chests on that side. In the same sort of spot on the other side, we're going to do 2 armor stands. So it's the first thing you see when you walk in. So we're going to place them just there. So 1 on that side and 1 on that side. Now I'm going to put netherite armor on these because I think it looks super cool, and I don't have the right one. I grabbed the pants twice. There we go. Put the shoes on. But this is super expensive. You'll probably just want to use some black leather armor. Okay, now to finish off the interior, we're going to come along to this wall up the end, and with the stripped dark oak logs with the bark ends on them, we're going to put 2 right there, and 1, 2 right there, and then 3 spruce trapdoors in between. We'll put a flower pot on each side, and I'm going to use blue flowers this time. And then looking at it right here, just over where this chest is, we're going to put a barrel right there, and these guards are brewing some tea, so we'll put a brewing stand on top of that. Now grab some spruce fences. Just next to that barrel, we're going to go 2, 2, and 2. And then looking at it from the side, we're going to put 6 spruce trapdoors on top, and then just break the 2 fences in between. So we've got a nice little table. And then we will just do some chairs on each side. We're going to use scaffolding here, so we'll put 1 scaffolding there and 1 there. And then on top we'll put a birch trapdoor and flip them up. And that is your interior complete. Oh, there is one other thing you want to do. You want to grab some sea lanterns. I haven't got any on me. And some light grey carpet. So there is enough light in here that you're not going to get any mob spawn. except for right in the very middle here. So just pick a random spot, it doesn't have to be a sealant, it can be any light block. Just put it in the floor with a light grey carpet on top, and that is enough light. But what I like to do is just run around the building, just finding a few random spots and just making the whole thing a lot brighter. And you can also do that on the outside. Okay, so now we're going to start doing the main roof. So we're going to begin just up here where we've got our dark oak planks. We're going to place a nether brick block on each end, so just above that fence post. So go ahead, place all 4 of those nether brick blocks, and then we're going to grab dark oak planks, and we're just going to run these all the way along on each side, connecting it. So go ahead and do it there, and on this side. So when you look at it from above, we've got a great big rectangle of our dark oak planks with the nether brick blocks in the corners. Now grab some white concrete, and just on the inside here above our spruce fences, we are going to run white concrete all the way along. So we're going to do that at the front wall and at the back. It doesn't have to be white concrete, you could use any white block you like, but I like the white concrete, so when you look at it from below, that is how it should look. Now grab your nether bricks again, and in each corner we're going to come out on the angle like this. So go ahead and do that in all 4 corners. And then when you're done, we're going to do a great big rectangle of dark oak slabs. So we're just doing this against the bottom half of those nether brick blocks, and we're going to run that all the way around the entire building. So just finishing there at the nether brick, starting here, and we keep going. Okay, so now on the 2 longer walls, we are going to extend the roof a little bit. So I've done it on that side. We will do it on this side together. It's exactly the same on both sides. So put yourself on the longer wall here, grab some dark oak, and we're going to put a temporary dark oak slab against the bottom half of that nether brick block. And then we'll put one underneath and break the one on top. So then we're going to put one out to that side, and 1, 2, 3 out to that side. So we'll do the same here. So temporary one below, break that. 1 on this side, and then toward the center of the building, 1, 2, 3. Then switch to dark oak stairs, and you'll have to put a temporary one there, and then we're going to put one next to it, but this is right way up, and we can break that. Replace it with a right way up stair, and we're just going to run them all the way along until we connect to the other slabs, just like so. Now underneath, grab your dark oak slabs again, and just in front of this fence post, we're going to run a line of them all the way along here till we get to the other fence post, and then we're just going to add 1 extra on each side. So that is how you should be looking. Then what you can do is just come along to the 2 shorter walls, and where we've got this slab extending, we're just going to run these all the way along until it connects to the other side. So go ahead and do that on both of these shorter walls. Okay, so in each corner I want you to grab some nether brick slabs, and we're going to do this pattern right here. So where we've got these 2 nether brick blocks, the one closest to the middle of the building, place a slab on top, and then we'll skip that one. And just coming in from the diagonal, we'll put a slab on top of that dark oak, and then 1 out on the diagonal just at the same height. So that's how you should be looking when you're done. Now on the 2 shorter walls, we're going to put 2 nether brick slabs right there, and over here 2 slabs right there, and then we're going to come down half a slab. So we'll just have to place some temporary ones and break them. So like that, we are going to run these all the way along until we get to the other side. So that is how your side wall should be looking. So go ahead and on this side, do the exact same thing. And once you've done that on the 2 shorter walls, come along to the front and the back, and we'll do the same sort of thing. So we'll begin with our nether brick slabs just against these last 2 dark oak. We're going to put 2 slabs right there, and then we're going to drop down half a slab again, and we're going to put 3 this time. So it goes 1, 2, 3. So we'll do the same over here. We've got that one in the corner, 2, put some temporary blocks, and 3 slabs. And then after that, we are going to drop down half a slab again, and just starting there, we're going to run these all the way along until we get to the one on the other side. So that is what the front of the roof should be looking. So go ahead and do that on the back wall as well. Okay, so come up above and just turn toward the 2 shorter walls, and just on top of these composters, we're going to run a line of stone blocks all the way along. Now, we're never going to see these, so you don't have to use stone. You could use any block you like. Then just in front of the stone, we're going to run a line of stripped dark oak logs, and we will do the exact same thing up this side. So a line of stone, and then a line of stripped dark oak. Now we're going to build a little triangular shape of roof. It's exactly the same on both sides, so I'll show you this one and you can copy it to the other. So these dark oak logs we just placed, skip the first one, then place a composter. Same on that side, and then in between 5 bone blocks lying on their sides. Now right in the middle here we're going to put 3 nether brick fences with an extra one up the top, and then we're just going to put composters on top of each of them to make a little triangle. And then just on top of the composters, looking from the side, we're going to put dark oak stairs. So 1, 2, 3, like so, and same thing here, starting on top of the composter, 1, 2, 3. So go ahead and do that on the other side as well. Okay, so once you've got both of those in, grab some composters, and just on the end of the triangle where we've got that composter there, just below it, we're going to place one on top of the bone block, and we're going to run that all the way over to the other side, and we'll do the same here. So just on top of the bone blocks, running these all the way along. Now I'm going to use sea lanterns, but you could use any light block. We just don't want any mobs spawning. On top of the ends of these dark oak logs, we are going to place a light block, just like that. And then where we've got those light blocks, we are going to put a composter on top of the composter in front. So same over here. And basically, we're just going to build 2 more of these triangles we've already got. So if you're building in survival, it's probably easiest to switch between the stairs and the composters. So just like this, and just mirror exactly what we've got up the front there. So same over here, stair, composter, and stair with a composter in the middle. And this time we're not doing any of the bone blocks or anything, we're just doing that shape with the stairs and the composters. So I've done one there. Go ahead and do the same thing right here. Okay, so this is how you should be looking when you're done. So we've got 4 of these little arches. Now what we're going to do is grab some dark oak fences, and just on top of these composters here, we're just going to run our dark oak fences all the way along like so. So I've done on that side, same over here, just running these just on top of our composters. Now come to the inside of the building, and we're going to hang 2 lights from these archways here. So we'll start with a dark oak fence, and then we're going to go 2 chain blocks, and then I'm just going to place a temporary block there so I can put some jungle trapdoors on each side. So just placing them at the top, flicking them down, then we'll break our temporary block and hang a lantern. So that is how you should be looking. So go ahead and do another one right here. Okay, so now we are going to build this nether brick frame for our roof on both of the shorter sides of our building. So I've done that side, we will do this side together. So come along to this last bit of nether brick. What we're going to do is skip a block and place a temporary block, and then we'll put a slab on top, a slab to the side, and then break that. And then we're going to go another temporary block there. This time we're going to put a slab to the side, break the temporary block, another slab right there, and then switch to nether brick stairs. We'll put the stair on top of that last slab, and then break the slab. So what we've done is placed 1, 2, 3 slabs on the angle, and then a stair. So we'll do the same on this side. So skip a block, we'll put our temporary block, slab to the side, slab on top, break that. Another temporary block, slab, break that, slab, stair on top, and break the slab. Now we can just do, I'll just do a temporary stair against that one, stair on top, and break that. So we've just done a second stair coming up on the angle, same on that side, and then in between we'll put a nether brick slab against the top half of those stairs, and then come around to the inside of the building looking away. We're going to put a right way up stair like so. Okay, so now we're going to start filling in our roof. So I want you to come along here, just underneath this triangle. We're going to start with dark oak slabs just in front of that composter and run them all the way along and finish just in front of the other composter. So go ahead and do that on both sides, and then I'll show you this side of the roof and you can copy the exact same thing to the other side. So beginning just on top of the last white concrete there, we're just going to run dark oak slabs all the way along. And then once we've done that, I want you to grab some dark oak planks, and we're going to put one on top of the stone and one on top of that stripped dark oak, and we'll do the same up here. So 2 dark oak planks, and then we'll switch to slabs, and just against the top half of that dark oak, we're going to place our slab and run it all the way along until we reach the other side. Now from here on in, it's pretty self-explanatory because we've already got our 3 dark oak stairs there. So all we're going to do is just continue that line of 3 stairs all the way along until we reach our nether brick. And then so once you've built that up on each side, all you need to do is grab some dark oak slabs and run them all the way along until you reach the other side. And then that is it, guys. That is your building 100% complete. You know, if you can afford that those 2 suits of netherite armor, it is definitely worth it. They look super duper cool. But anyway, guys, that is it. Thanks for watching. I'm Cortezerino. I'll see you later.